how far is it from Anniston, Alabama to Atlanta?
But
Like
where is
62
Anniston?
miles.
What is that?
Call the roll,
Northeast-
please.
Northeast Alabama.
Oh,
The state is closer than people.
oh, no, we can come up with some language and add it.
Mayor Bain?
I'm here.
Vice Mayor Mitchell?
Here.
Councilman Best?
Present.
Councilwoman Zapata?
Present.
Councilman Petralano?
Here.
I got an announcement for Tom Curtis.
Uh-oh.
Because of technical difficulties, we can't start till 7:30, Tom.
Wow. Wow.
The pastor couldn't make it tonight, so
You got it. You were
on
the
the
last one.
roll. It's my turn to say
That's
the
right.
prayer.
That's
So
right.
please stand for invocation.
Nice job.
My prayer is to thank the Lord for giving me this opportunity to say the prayer, and that we do the good things for the city tonight, and try not to argue too much, maybe a little. And everybody, I wish everybody a Happy New Year. Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, see, I got to pledge. In number 3 in agenda order business, 12B is going to be tabled. We're not going to talk about deferred or tabled for tonight.
12B?
Gonna be pulled.
Pulled? Huh?
Pulled.
Pulled. Table pulled. 12B. In the business, and now we have a presentation. Allie?
Don't look at it yet, okay. I didn't think.
Well, tonight is for you, Allie.
Thank you.
Paz.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a certification of appreciation presented to you. Administrative Assistant 3.
Mm-hmm.
Never got 1.
I was 1, then I went to 2, and then I went to 3.
Oh, it goes to backwards, huh?
Goes up. Yeah.
In recognition, 18 years and 1 month of dedicated service to the city of Miami Springs Public Works Department. I remember you from a long time ago. Presented this 8th day of January 2018. That's yours. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to take another picture.
Wait.
Really? It's like,
Thank you.
Willie,
Good.
your hearing is awful. Lily, didn't she work for you for a long time when you were in finance? I know that.
I asked your Public Works Director to come
Gene,
up, maybe say a
Mr.
few words for you.
Oh, wow. Mr. Nash, a man of few words.
Mr. Nash. He's so impressive.
Try to do that more often. Be nice.
How many years did you work in finance?
Me? I never worked in finance.
Never worked in finance?
No, I started Public Works as a part-time employee, and then I was a temp for a year, and then I became a probationary on November 22nd, 1999. Wow. A long time ago.
I was thinking of
Rosita.
Yeah, Rosita was in finance.
Rosita was in finance.
Rosita. Rosita.
I know.
Okay, well, Ali, if we had infinity to explain and talk about everything that you've brought to us over the last 18 years, we still wouldn't have enough time. You are a pillar to our department and one that's going to be sorely missed. We've already started missing you, but I'm glad that you're leaving at a ripe young age, that if we need you, you'll still remember some of the things we will call you for. We wish you the best of luck in your retired years. This is the first day of the rest of your life, and I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you.
In there. It's in the box.
Very short.
Right here. Black, probably.
Oh,
Gotta hear what else.
sorry.
William. Look at this guy.
You guys are funny.
Uh-huh.
Very funny.
Nothing there?
No, the plaque that goes with it is being done.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I want to echo what Tom said. We're really going to miss you. You've been the heart and soul of that office for a long time. And there's a part missing here that's being engraved, I guess. So this is another token of our appreciation, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors and enjoy your retirement.
Thank you. Thank you. I definitely do. Mwah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ally.
All right, I got a couple questions. What are you gonna do now? What's your plan for?
Relax. Take it easy.
I know that, but where you moving? You
No,
staying?
no, we're staying here. My husband's still working, so yeah.
Okay. Do you think you can handle retirement?
So far, so good.
Mayor,
So I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could.
ask her if she misses resident calls.
No. Some of them I definitely do miss, because some of them were very, very sweet and very, very nice, and were very polite when they called and treated us very special and spoiled us at Public Works. Some of them were really good with us, but storms. Do not want to be here during them again. This one was really a pretty bad one, so yeah. I'm glad I wasn't here during Andrew. Can't imagine what these people went through listening to him too. So, no, but I do. I miss it. I didn't miss it at all, not having to get out at 6 o'clock in this cold weather, though. I stayed under my comfy and was fine.
Well,
Allie,
congratulations. Big
you're Allie, you're too young to retire. You realize that, right?
But I stayed.
Thank you, Ally.
Open forum, we have nobody to speak. I think they might be somewhere they're inconvenienced. They can't come to the council meetings anymore. I just don't know.
We have
But
video.
We're inconvenienced
We
here.
have video.
No videos were coming. No, that was a great idea, Jaime.
Thank
It
you.
really was, Councilman.
Thank you. Well, it's another tool in your toolbox.
Yes,
for the
sir.
residents.
Yes, sir. It's rusting like crazy. All right.
What can I say?
It is a good tool. I just nobody's taking advantage of it. Okay, we have 6A, December 11th, regular meeting, the minutes. I need a motion?
Motion to move, sir.
Second.
Call the vote.
Vice Mayor Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Best,
Aye.
Councilwoman Zapata,
Yes.
Councilman Petralanda.
Yes.
Mayor Bain.
Yes, we go to 7, no reports from boards or commissions. 8, we have a public hearing. It's a second reading of an ordinance.
Yes, Mayor. We have an ordinance of the City of Miami Springs, Florida, amending Chapter 96 of the city's Code of Ordinance by creating Article 6 entitled Vacation, Abandonment, and Closure of Streets, Easements, and Alleys to provide a uniform procedure for applications for vacation abandonment and closure of streets, easements, alleys, and other non-fee interests of the city public right-of-way, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date. This is second reading. There are some changes from first reading based on feedback that Heidi's going to go over, and then we'll open up to any questions you might have.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Happy New Year once again. As you know, at the December 11th council meeting, the council approved the ordinance on first reading, but requested that an amendment be made to allocate more weight to the opinions, basically of property owners within 1,000 feet of the application that would be subject to an alleyway vacation, abandonment, road closure, street closure, or vacation of an easement. This request was incorporated into the ordinance that's before you in section 96-208B8 on page 7 of 9 of the proposed ordinance. That section provides that in addition to the other criteria that the council will consider on these types of applications, the council shall also consider the testimony of, if any, of property owners within a 1,000-foot radius of the right-of-way that is the subject of the application. So that's on page 7 of 9 of the proposed ordinance. In addition to that revision, I'd also like to point out some of the other major revisions that we made between first and second reading to clarify the ordinance. First, we provided that the zoning and planning department, instead of the public works department, would accept and review the applications for vacation, abandonment, and closure of streets, easements, and alleys. This is more consistent with the functions of the of the zoning and planning department overall. However, the public works department, along with other city departments and outside agencies, is also going to review the applications and provide feedback. The next major change is in proposed section 96-207. You'll see that subsection 4, which deals with notice, has been stricken in its entirety, but we have moved this subsection down to subsection 6. So what I'd like to do is just give you an idea of how this would go through the process. Once an application to vacate an alley, for example, has been received by the city and reviewed by all of the required departments and outside agencies, the application will be considered first by the Zoning and Planning Board at a public hearing. The board will then provide a recommendation to the City Council, and there will be a notice in the newspaper and a posting 10 days prior to the board's meeting. After the board's meeting, the recommendations will be considered by the council at a public hearing. Notice of the council's consideration of the application will be done by mailing a courtesy notice at least 10 days before the council meeting to the property owners bounding and abutting the subject right-of-way or easement. If a street or alley is going to be abandoned, then all owners within 1,000 feet will be notified, and in addition, a notice in the newspaper and a posting 10 days prior to the council meeting will be done. So there's essentially 2 newspaper advertisements, 2 postings, 1 before the Zoning and Planning Board's meeting, 1 before the council meeting, and in addition, mailed notice before the council meeting. If the ordinance is approved this evening, staff is going to be reviewing the city's fee schedule to determine if the fee that we're assessing for these types of applications is appropriate, and if necessary, we'll bring forth a resolution to revise that fee schedule. I've also worked with Councilwoman Zapata. She is interested in adding language to this ordinance, which would provide for a privilege fee, which is essentially a fee that would compensate the city for the value of acquiring real property for public use, which is now reverting to whoever the applicant is. We can work up language. There's some language out of Palm Beach County that has this type of fee, and we can work that up. It would be substantially similar to the county's language should the council approve that tonight.
But that would be in the fee situation. That's not part of the ordinance.
No, that would be part
Okay.
of the. It would require
Correct,
an
Mayor.
ordinance
Yeah.
change.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
What was that?
It's not part of the ordinance before them.
It is no. It's not part of the ordinance that's before you, but it's not part of the fee schedule that would come before
Right,
you.
but it would
We
be evaluated within the fee schedule if it's possible.
It would.
No,
be
you'd have to
no.
you'd have to codify it.
That's what I mean, but
Yeah.
it would fall into that.
We would have to do 2 things, Mayor.
Okay.
We would have to amend the ordinance that's before you today. We would revise it to include this privilege fee, and we would also
Okay.
revise
All right.
the fee schedule.
Thank
So
you.
I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Well, I want to open up the public hearing. Anybody wish to speak to this? It's a public hearing. Anybody's allowed to come speak. You didn't have to sign up or anything. Okay. Nobody looks enthusiastic to come up. We'll close the public hearing, and we'll entertain a motion
Through the chair, a motion to move 8A.
and a motion
I'll second.
and for discussion. Anybody have discussion on this item? All right. Let's call a vote.
Vice Mayor Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Best,
Aye.
Councilman Zapata,
Yes.
Councilman Petrolanda,
Yes.
Mayor Bain.
Yes. Okay, we go to 11B, a resolution.
Ordinance.
Huh?
Ordinance.
It's an ordinance.
11A.
An ordinance of the City of Miami Springs, Florida, amending Chapter 150 of the City Code of Ordinance by amending Section 150.011 utility shed to limit the size of utility sheds on residential properties to 15% of the rear yard area, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date. Let me pull this up, Mayor and Council. Just for a brief explanation, the shed provision in the code had this strange limitation where we have limitations in the code with regards to lot coverage and ancillary structures, but sheds had a separate 5% limitation, and so routinely people were coming in and asking for sheds that were bigger, and we would have to, or Chris would have to tell them no. The funny thing is that they could come in and submit a permit to build ancillary studio out of CBS, a garage, all things which actually cause more problems for the city, because ultimately those are the kinds of things that could turn into detached separate residences and everything else like that. And so this was almost like a natural, a built-in incentive to go the way that actually may cause more challenges in the future. So effectively, all that we did in this code is simply strike that 5% and limit it to the 15% that ancillary structures have.
Through the chair, to the attorney, I guess this is directed. Is 15 what you arrived at, or is
It was in the code already. There was just an additional 5% limit on sheds.
All right, you broke it
out.
out.
So we're just striking the 5% for sheds.
Withdraw.
Okay. Entertain a motion.
A motion to accept is written.
That's what's built in.
Do I have a second? Second. Any further discussion? Call a vote.
Vice Mayor Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Best,
Aye.
Councilwoman Zapata,
Yes.
Councilman Petrolano.
Yes.
Mayor Bay.
Yes. 11B, a resolution.
This is a resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of Miami Springs, Florida, approving Amendment Number 1 to the interlocal agreement between Miami-Dade County Department of Transportation and Public Works Agency and the City of Miami Springs for federal funding pass-through arrangements with the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009, Federal Transit Administration, Section 5307, for the city to install bus enhancements, benches, bicycle racks, and trash bins, providing for an authorization, providing for implementation, and providing for an effective date. The city entered into an interlocal agreement with the county back in 2010, which provided the city with 30 bus benches, 30 bicycle racks, and 30 trash bins to be installed at or near bus stops throughout the city. As part of this agreement, the city is required to sign an agreement assuming responsibility for the ongoing maintenance of the areas where these items are installed. The attached Amendment Number 1 requires the city's execution in order to accomplish its maintenance responsibilities. Staff recommends approval. This is mostly a housekeeping matter because we already maintain those areas anyway since 2010. So they just want to, I guess for their grant purposes through the federal government, we need to have this in place.
Through the chair, Willie, this is all federal money, correct?
Yeah.
But it will cost the city some.
No, we already got the 90 items. They already gave it to us in 2010, and they're installed. Those are the benches and the bike racks.
Okay, this is basically an extension.
This is just saying that we're going to be responsible for maintaining the area.
Which we've already been doing.
Yeah.
Okay. I need a motion?
Motion to move 11B, sir.
You got a second?
I'll second it.
Oh, you seconded.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Didn't hear you.
I didn't hear you either. I got a first and a second. Any further discussion? Call the vote.
Vice Mayor Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Best,
Aye.
Councilman Zapata,
Yes.
Councilman Petrolano. Mayor Bay.
Yes. We go to 11C. It's a resolution.
This is a resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of Miami Springs, Florida, approving an intergovernmental agency agreement to perform traffic engineering functions, no parking, no stopping signs, between Miami-Dade County and the City of Miami Springs, providing for authorization, providing for implementation, and providing for an effective date. Over the past few months, staff has received complaints from businesses on Northwest 32nd Street between Lejeune and Northwest South River Drive about taxis stopped along the right lane of traffic in both directions, waiting for entry into the airport. The city placed no parking, no stopping signs along that stretch in order to mitigate the problem. Since the county controls all traffic control devices within Miami-Dade County, they requested that we execute the attached agreement, which gives us basically the authorization to keep the signs in place. Staff recommends approval.
Any question? I mean, I need a motion.
Motion to move item 11E.
C.
C.
Do I have a second?
Second.
How about that? We have anything, any discussion?
A question. Manager, is it, are we installing any additional signs?
No, these
Or
are
these
just
are
the
just
ones
the
that are in
signs
place
that are
now.
already in place?
Correct.
It's just an agreement to keep them
Correct.
there? Okay. Thank you.
Any further? Call the vote.
Vice Mayor Mitchell?
Yes.
Councilman Best?
Aye.
Councilman Zapata?
Yes.
Councilman Petralanda? Mayor Bain?
Yes. Another resolution.
This is a resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of Miami Springs, Florida, waiving all city permit fees for solar panels, amending the building fee schedule, providing for implementation, providing for an effective date. This is part of the Jody Fimber that was here, I believe, a couple of meetings ago to give us a presentation about the solar workshop we're going to have on January 17th. And she wanted to be here tonight. She sent me an email. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it, but she wanted to thank the council for approving this waiver. And she says it's a true signal that your residents in Miami Springs support resilient efforts and embraces renewable energy sources.
All right, this is, I need a motion.
Motion to approve 11D.
Further discussion? Call the vote.
Vice Mayor Mitchell?
Yes.
Councilman Best?
Aye.
Councilman Zapata?
Yes.
Councilman Petralanda? Mayor Bain?
Yes. E.
Hold on. Okay. We're going to defer 11E. The county hasn't gotten back to us on the agreement yet, so we're going to put that off to the next meeting.
Any further discussion?
11E, William?
Yes, 11E.
All right. We might be able to watch the pregame shows.
Come on, Billy, we're an hour out.
Boy, I think this might be, shoot.
Tom, don't you dare say no.
Oh, God. We go to 11F. This is a request.
11F, recommendation, staff recommends that council authorize increasing the emergency credit line that you approved a couple of months ago. At that time, it was Sabadell Bank, and subsequent to that, they were purchased by Iberia Bank to increase it from $1 million to $2 million. Discussion. At a prior council meeting, council approved the execution of a $1 million emergency line of credit with Sabadell United Bank. Sabadell United has since been purchased by Iberia Bank. This line was to be used to fund emergency hurricane cleanup costs pending FEMA reimbursement. At the present time, it appears that the total cleanup cost for Hurricane Irma will exceed $3 million, and FEMA state reimbursement is probably months away. Based on this, staff will recommend an increase in the line of credit in order to address cash flow needs over the next few months while we wait for this reimbursement. Once reimbursement is received, we will proceed to pay off the line. Council approves this increase. We will have the loan documents and resolution prepared for the January 22nd, 2018 meeting.
I entertain a motion.
I move that we accept this.
I'll second 11F.
Okay, I open it up for discussion.
Any fees?
No, the terms from what you originally approved have not changed. The only thing that's changed is the name of the bank and the amount.
Okay, anything else? Call the vote.
Vice Mayor Mitchell?
Yes.
Councilman Best?
Aye.
Councilman Zapata?
Yes.
Councilman Petralanda?
Yes.
Mayor Bain?
We have, yes, we have 12A. This is a request from Blessed Trinity to close the circle for their 65th anniversary celebration.
I wanted to ask the council, wanted your opinion if I need to recuse myself from this because I am on the board of the Blessed Trinity School, not the church, but the school advisory board.
Right, it's not a conflict of interest. I mean, there are different levels of affiliations you can have with an organization, but not being an officer or any kind of have control or managerial control of the church itself, you're free to be involved, especially the fact that you're on board an advisory board on a associated entity, not the church itself.
So you can vote no.
You can vote.
Thank you.
Oh, no. What's the matter with you?
Do we want to entertain a motion to do this, or do we need any more information? Or
I think you have a couple of folks here
I
from
know.
Blessed Trinity. You might want to, council might want to
That's
listen
I'm
to what they have to
asking. You
say.
want to listen to what they say?
There goes your pregame.
You thought you were going to get out of here for doing nothing, huh?
Come on now.
Everything was going so good, you thought it was going to be
Like
for
5
nothing.
minutes.
Pull that mic up to yourself. Pull that mic up.
Well, my name is Mike Dominguez, and this is
Paul Zilio.
We both were involved a couple years ago in putting on what we call the Mass Mission
Right.
Mercy concert at the Circle, and that was 2 years ago, or
Further than
two-
that.
2016.
It was 2 years ago.
Was.
It was in 2016, and we want to do the same thing this time. It was a very successful event. The community really enjoyed it. We thought it was a good time, and it was a great our message to spread our message of Christ's message to evangelize, and we think it's a nice change to come out of our church and be out in the community and continue to spread the news.
Okay.
It's,
They're saying April 28th.
Yeah.
Between 5 a.m. and 12 a.m.
And midnight, yeah.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. Oh, you didn't want to start that early. 5.
I would start at 5 a.m.
5 p.m. to 12 a.m. I know it was pretty successful the first time they did it.
Yeah, that was the one. The bishop did the mass, right?
Right, the Archbishop did it last time.
You had your request on your application. I note was for 1,000 people. I think you're a little lean. I think you're going to be bigger than that this time.
Well, last time we had about 1,300, give or take, but the Archbishop was there, and we had
Wow.
the mission there, and we had other things there. Now it's our 65th anniversary. It's also the 15th anniversary of the ordination of our pastor, so we wanted to do something there.
Okay.
Last time I was given advice, make nice with the businesses because they don't like circle closures. So we actually did damage control in advance. We had somebody go speak to all of them. And I actually walked into Tom's office a few days before the event, and I said, did you get any letters to the editor, any nasty things, and Church and State and all that? He says, no, I'm not getting enough letters to the editor at all. But he hadn't had any complaints, and I didn't hear complaints at all, because we want to be good neighbors, and it seemed to go smoothly. So we're trying to do something very similar this time.
Okay. Do we need, this is,
You want a motion on this?
you need a motion to accept the date and everything, but then you guys are going to
The
have.
closing of the circle.
Right, and then you're going to have to negotiate the terms of the event, right?
Yeah.
So right now, we're just giving them the date.
Right, and authorizing closing of the circle.
And the-
Right.
and the closure. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
okay, I entertain a motion.
Motion to move 12A, sir.
Are we also, the time, is that gonna be an issue, noon, I mean?
No, it's not noon. It's
5
5 p.m.
Midnight.
And it's not even quite 12. At least last time it wasn't. I think we released the circle completely by 11. I think we started shutting down 10:30, and then by 11 the circle was completely free.
Okay.
do
I have
wanna
first
make
and
one-
second for discussion, but after this is voted on, then it's going to be, it'll come back to us to approve the terms and everything like that.
No,
They
this
have
is
an
it.
event application they already
It's
have
all
on file.
done.
Yeah.
We're
All right.
Can
voting
I
on the
interject
application.
once? I just want to make sure the event is from 5 on, but we did the closure last year earlier in the day. It was
Yeah.
a partial closure, I think, in the morning for us to prepare.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's, staff will take care of that.
Yeah, is that negotiable with the? Yeah, I would think. Yeah, yeah.
Right, okay. I got a first, second, we discussed it. I'll call the vote.
Vice Mayor Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Best,
Aye.
Councilwoman Zapata,
Yes.
Councilman Petrolanda, Mayor Bain.
Yes, don't go, I want to talk to you. We're 5 minutes from that way. That's it, thank you.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
I
Thank
would
you,
like
guys.
you to,
Thanks, guys. Good event.
city attorneys, anything from you folks over there?
Not right now, Mayor. The only thing I'll say is that in the next couple weeks, we will be asking the clerk to reach out to all of you to set up a shade session on the annexation lawsuit, so we can give you an update on where that is. We have some pleadings that have been filed, motions to dismiss. We have an injunction that was filed. We're working on that, and we're working with the county, and we'll give you an update.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
Happy New Year.
Likewise.
Anything from the manager?
No? I think Tammy's got an event. for
Just
kids.
as City Manager mentioned earlier, the Solar United Neighbors, this is the solar co-op with Miami-Dade County. It's on January 17th at 7 p.m. at the Rebecca Sosa Theater. And Tom Curtis brought up a good thing. The brochure that she made says Monday, January 17th. It's actually Wednesday, January 17th.
Okay. Anything?
It's on our website too.
You that's it?
That's it.
Thank you. Council, Vice Mayor Mitchell, anything from you this evening?
Yes.
Anything about hunting?
No, I'll talk to you about hunting
Deer-
before
deer
the
hunt-
meetings.
deer hunting?
I just wanted to, to Mayor Bain and Councilman Best and Councilman Petrolanda, I wanted to thank you for all the years that you've been sitting on this dais. I realize that all the nice things that are happening in Miami Springs, people don't always realize that it's the number of years that you've worked to keep them like that. And thank you for your patience this past year with me as new council person, Mayor Bain. And and I look forward to, along with working with Councilwoman Zapata, to a very exciting 2018 for our city.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Councilwoman Zapata?
I don't know what to say after that,
I'm-
except
I'm
Happy
kinda-
New Year.
I'm kind of
and-
blushing too.
Are you? And it's been great this first year serving. Well, it hasn't been a year yet for us,
No, it
but
hasn't, right.
it's been a good experience, an interesting and good experience. And that's all I have to say.
I'd like to echo Happy New Year to everyone. Looking forward to working 2018 with everyone here. I also want to remind the council, it would be nice, this would be the first year that we go up to Tallahassee as a team, as all of us. You don't know how many years I've gone up there, and I'm the only one, and then Miami Lakes, 2 day days.
I went with you last year. Come on now.
But
I remember that.
How many years did I go by myself? Last year was with Bob, and the good thing about this year is they moved the date, so we're going to be getting them before the session starts. In previous years,
Not
we go
before
at
it,
the
it
end,
starts
so-
next. It starts this week.
Right, but I mean, it's not like in previous years
Right.
that it's all the way at the end, and we just go in there to, not to do
Starts
much.
tomorrow.
So,
Exactly.
so this year, I think if you can't make it, let's make it as a group because we get more done when we go in. I see it when Doral went in as a big group, and Miami Lakes, and even Melly. It seems like we get more done, even though it was always at the end. Can you imagine at the beginning if we can get there as a team and work the Senator Rene Garcia and Brian Avila and work all these folks up there to get some more dollars back down to our small little city that we deserve and we need. So if you can't make it, please come because I already signed up. I'm ready to go, right?
We have matching shirts and stuff.
All right,
or
Erica.
what's the-
Sign me up. Sign me up.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Really?
I'm mayor.
I'm sorry, Mayor?
Yeah.
First
Some
time.
pretty good names.
What the heck's going on? I just got down. I'm already down to Billy already.
Mayor, do we sign you up?
I'm gonna
He's
give
gonna
you
see-
85%.
That's pretty good. That's good. That's good.
I'm going.
You going to?
Of course.
There you go. He just. There you go, man.
Thank you.
We could take a ride out to the farm.
There you go.
From we can go. Councilman Best,
You driving?
I'll drive you all out to the farm.
Can we hunt?
You can hunt turkeys. Turkey season opens.
I would like to wish everyone certainly a Happy New Year and a belated Merry Christmas to all. I guess I was kind of taken by what Councilwoman Mitchell just had to say, and I just hope I'm up here long enough to be able to get back at her with the same thing. I mean that. Thanks, Bill.
Happy New Year to everybody, and I appreciate the kind words. Sometimes, as we all keep sitting up here, the kind words don't come a lot of times, and
We have to work.
there are they do. I was very lucky to go to Milam's Market this past weekend, and it was really nice. Some of the people were very nice, but I appreciate the kind words. It's very nice. And this meeting's adjourned, and go Alabama.
There you go.
No.
There you go, man.
Bulldogs. Go
Well, wait a
Bulldogs.
minute now. Everything was all together. 5-0 all the way. There was 5-0.
It's public record, man. You just said it.